Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday afternoon for another episode of the 10 Weather Impact Show as 10 TV Weather Impact Alert Days continue this week. It has been bitterly cold to start the week, to say the least, and unfortunately, it's not going to get warmer anytime soon. All the snow that's out there is not going anywhere, and if you're still working to clear that snow, it's actually getting harder as things are freezing together and that snow is starting to compact and kind of become much more solid of a piece of ice as opposed to some of that more blowy, sort of dusty, light snow as when it started to come down. The cold, though, that's the reason we continue our 10 TV Weather Impact Alert Days. This will be through Sunday as bitter cold air is here, kind of stays in place across the region, especially in the morning. We're talking those gusty winds that can lead to some low wind chills as our air temperatures themselves will already be near to below freezing, especially in the morning hours, or near to below zero is what I mean, not freezing. That would be warm compared to where we are now. Wind chills could go as low as -20 to -25. And because we've got so much snow and ice to try to clear out of there, we could see some of those icy slick spots across the region in the mornings. We had that out there earlier today. Would not be surprised if we see more of that this week. Here's a view toward downtown. Kind of dark sky looking out there. I think we got a snow band out there just to the north of the city. You saw all that snow out there from the Scioto Audubon view here. Road looking okay, but again, darker skies pushing toward downtown right now. Our temperatures out there, not as bad as they were this morning. We were sub-zero as of late last night and into early this morning. Now up to about 16 degrees. The wind chills have gone positive for the moment. 3-degree feels like temperature in Columbus, -1 in Marysville, 6 in Circleville, 4 in Newark, and 1 in Delaware. Those wind chills will go negative pretty quickly this evening, and then the air temperatures once again will follow into sub-zero territory as we head through tonight and into early tomorrow. In fact, I think tomorrow morning the air temperature is going to be even colder than what we saw out there today, so be ready for that. Winds outside right now kind of gusting to 23 in Columbus, 26 in Newark, 28 Lancaster, and 25 down in Chillicothe, even a 32 up in Mansfield at this hour. These winds should die down some as we head through the evening, but they're never totally going to go calm as we get through tonight. So while the wind chill factor will improve, it's going to stay a factor. Here's the wind forecast over the next several hours. This is for sustained winds, 10 to 20 mile per hour winds through about 7 o'clock. After that, drops kind of into the 5 to 15 mile per hour range through this evening. That trend will continue down to about 5 to 10 as we head into tomorrow. But again, when you pair it with the bitter cold air, any kind of wind, 5 to 10 makes a big difference. You're going to feel that wind chill and you're really going to notice it. Here's the next 12-hour forecast. We see the clouds around, maybe a little bit of light snow from those clouds in the coming hours. But once we get into tonight, skies start to clear once again, and we will see temperatures respond accordingly. We're down near the zero mark out there by about 2 to 3 a.m., and we're not done losing temperature from there. Again, expected to drop to well in the negatives overnight. Feels like temperatures, they follow. Take a look at this as we head through this evening. We're already down to -3 for it feels like temperature by about 8 o'clock tonight. Maybe some of those negative double-digit feels like temperatures north of I-70. As we get toward tomorrow morning, even worse, down in that -10, -20 degree range once again. Model here showing -3 for Columbus. I think it is overestimating that. I would expect that wind chill tomorrow morning to be much more in line with everything surrounding it. Again, that negative sort of 10 to 20 degree range as we head through tomorrow. And because of that, we have more of the extreme cold warnings in place heading toward tomorrow. Those extreme cold warnings including us here in Columbus in that darker blue color. We have cold weather advisories outside of that up toward Bucyrus, out to Cambridge, and down toward Pike and Ross counties. So again, a lot of cold coming in place. I think part of the reason we've got this kind of interesting shape to these alerts here is this is the band in here where the thicker snows were this past weekend. All of that ice at the surface going to help to bring our temperatures down as we head through tonight. And speaking of down, Take a look at them. We're talking -7 for a temperature tonight, -3 for tomorrow night. We're back to -7 early Friday, and even as cold as -8 by Saturday. Good news is, though, we start to warm as we get toward the end of the weekend. That warm up there being 0 by Sunday morning, but at least it's not a negative number. And then hopefully we can start to climb back above 0 as we get into early next week. At least that's the early forecast. That might change. We have to keep a close eye on how our temperature pattern starts to respond as we get beyond the weekend. Here's a look at radar across central Ohio right now. A little bit of light flurry activity up toward the north there. You can kind of see that back out toward the area north of Urbana. But overall, not a ton of snow. We weren't expecting a ton of snow today. We have those bands sort of flowing in, almost kind of enhanced by a little bit of lake moisture up there. You can see that in northwest Ohio. These bands are going to continue to kind of drop into the state as we head through the afternoon and evening. If you get caught under an especially heavy snow band, you may pick up some minor snow accumulation, but overall, we're not looking at any kind of major weather event outside the cold over much of the next 7 days. Here's a look at the hour-by-hour forecast. We see those light snow bands pushing through as we head through this afternoon. Again, you may come across a heavier one from time to time. If you do get caught under that, you may see a quick reduction in visibility, some minor snow accumulation. As we head through this evening, though, those chances come to an end. We are back to quiet weather through the overnight tonight, and as we head into Wednesday, while we're still mostly cloudy, should be mostly dry. Can't rule out a few isolated snowflakes, but other than that, our chances for additional snow remain quite low. Here's the chance through the rest of the day today into tomorrow. Most of us a dusting across the region. Up to the north, up toward Mansfield, Bucyrus, you may get as high as an inch, but that's only going to be if you get caught under one of those heavy snow bands. So this is not going to be a big snow event. 10 weather impact 7-day forecast. We see those temperatures continue out there below average all week long. 10 TV weather impact alert days will be in place. -7 for tomorrow morning, -3 out there for Thursday morning, back to -7 Friday, -8 Saturday, and then up to 0 on Sunday. As of now, our 10 TV weather impact alerts would end as we headed into next week with a little bit of warmer temperature making its way in by the early part of the week. We'll keep a close eye on that, though, to see if that changes, because it always could, especially with that far out in the forecast. That's when we see a little bit more variability to those conditions that we can expect across the region. But that's then, and this is now. Then the now is the cold. So we're going to continue to get you ready for it here on the 10 Weather Impact Show, especially if you've been snowed in these past couple of days and you need to leave the house today. We do have some tips to help you safely clear your driveway out there. You know, of course, the last thing you want to do as you get heading into work is to hurt your back or hurt yourself. 10 TV talked to Dr. Kyle Schneider, a sports chiropractor. He showed us some exercises that will help you stay safe while you shovel. It includes lateral bends, rotating your hips, stretches, and lunges to get your body warmed up before you walk outside. He also suggested you do each exercise 3 to 5 times and says there is, in fact, a best way to shovel snow.
When somebody gets the load on there, they rotate. So they rotate and throw it. That's really bad for the discs in the back. Those are the most important part of the spine. That's what we want to protect. So we want to think, activate our core, tighten our glutes, shovel. And then we're going to lift up, rotate, toss.
Shoveling snow and the frigid weather this week can be also a tough combination for your heart, especially for those who already have heart problems or other medical conditions. Here's more.
This is why we tend to see a number of heart attacks or cardiac consequences when people are shoveling snow or doing a lot of heavy effort, high intense work in cold weather or snowy conditions. Put in some breaks if you're shoveling, ask for some help. If there's a better time of day to do some of that shoveling, like under the heat of the sun, I would certainly advocate for that.
Medical experts say you need to watch for these red flags if you're doing activity outside in this cold. Those are chest pain or discomfort, jaw pain or tightness, and general unease. Medical experts also say if something feels off, get inside and call 911. And speaking of that cleanup process, we saw people helping others in Grandview. This is by clearing off their cars and cleaning up sidewalks, as well as freeing stuck drivers. That's exactly what 10-year-old Will Bishop and his friends worked to do in all those inches of snow.
How does it make you feel to be able to help somebody out?
It makes me feel great.
How so?
Because it just makes my heart feel nice, because helping people out when they need it.
Gotta love that there. Proof that you're never too old to start to set a good example. And this winter weather wasn't all work. The Columbus Zoo has been closed this week because of the weather, but no one loves a snow day more than the animals themselves. Whether it was a moose, swan, bird, or fox, everyone enjoyed some fun in this recent winter weather. Great photos there. The city of Columbus, well, they say no one will be turned away from a shelter during this week of extreme cold. The city has 3 24/7 warming centers open right now to provide a place for people to stay who need the warmth. That includes Third Shift Warming and Cooling Center on East Main Street, the Community Development for All People on Parsons Avenue, and Our Brothers Keepers on East 5th Avenue. That option is available for 18 to 24-year-olds.
Church is very accommodating. Again, we have the blankets, we have the capacity for the people as they're coming in, for pets as well. It's not something that we've never done before. It's just making sure that we're ahead of the game.
Also available to anyone who needs help, it's the Community Shelter Board's homeless hotline. You can call and people will help connect you with a shelter. That number is 614-274-7000. You see that number on your screen now. And with the colder than ice temperatures outside and continuing through the week, we did want to share some reminders about keeping your car working in this extreme cold. AAA says if your car is extra slow to start, you might want to check your battery. That's because batteries use more power to start when temperatures are below freezing.
Batteries are really going to be challenged. At about 32 degrees, a battery loses about 35% of its power, but needs about one and a half times as much power to start the vehicle.
AAA says it's not just your battery. Be sure to check your tire pressure and tire tread. Also test out your windshield wipers and make sure you have enough windshield washer fluid. That way, if any snow or salt from the roads gets on your windshield, you can easily remove it. AAA also recommends you pack a car kit that should include bottled water, food, an ice scraper, gloves, boots, a phone charger, and a flashlight with extra batteries. Bitter cold temperatures, of course, complicating cleanup after winter storms, not just here in Ohio, but around the country. They dumped snow and ice on probably about 50% of the United States, of course, including here. More than 500,000 people were still without power across the South. Bradley Blackburn is tracking the latest on recovery and the ripple effects on travel.
Sledders in New York Central Park made the most of the heavy snowfall, but what was beautiful here made for a big mess elsewhere. All across the country, millions are still digging out and cleaning up in extreme cold. In Vermont, the storm dumped a foot of snow Monday.
How does this compare to other snowstorms we've gotten so far this season?
By far the biggest. Seen a couple spinning out on a big hill down here on the road.
Salt is less effective in melting ice in extreme cold, so in many places officials warn getting behind the wheel still comes with real risks.
If you can stay off the roads, we really appreciate it because the crews need time to clean up.
In Nashville, neighbors helped cut through the ice to get a grateful police officer on his way.
I didn't know it was going to be that difficult. Whenever you're ready, I drink beer every day.
In Tennessee and other states, power crews are working nonstop trying to restore electricity for light and, crucially, heat.
How cold is it in your house right now?
It's 45 degrees.
The storm froze air travel, too. Tens of thousands of flights were canceled due to the weather, stranding travelers nationwide.
I got school tomorrow, so if my professor sees this, I'll be late for like 2 days.
But back in Central Park, someone was airborne, Olympian Shaun White, who delighted crowds with a surprise stunt show, finding the fun after a winter wallop. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And finally today, let's check out some new video to us here at 10 TV. The bitter cold outside, but didn't stop everyone from getting out to enjoy some of the winter weather, especially it seemed to be a lot of pets out in the snow this past weekend. This video from Lori Marsh showing their dog Josie having plenty of fun in the snow. Apparently Josie loves to be the center of attention and is certainly enjoying it out there. Kind of got a little dog track going, doing a little lap. Cool video there. Also, take a look at this pup playing in the deep snow here in Ohio. That guy has not seen snow like that maybe ever. Hard to tell how old that dog is there. Having a better time than the owner, who is going to have to clear cars and yards and driveways. Dog out there and making the best of all that cold weather. And another one, take a look at this dog here, kind of frozen over almost, enjoying some of that snowfall out there. This is from one of our viewers. The dog's name is Artie. Likes having a ball, and apparently that snow does not bother him one bit. Looks to be having a great old time out there. Of course, if you take any photos or videos, we always want to see them here at 10 TV. You can send them to us via text 614-460-3345. Whether it's roads, news, homes, out having fun in the snow, anything that you want to send your way and have us take a look at, send it to that number right there on your screen. Speaking of which, well, if you want to send us more weather photos or some temperature measurements, we'd like to have those as this bitter cold pattern continues across central Ohio. It's not letting up anytime soon, but we're going to keep tracking it here on 10 TV. I'll be back at 4, 5, and 6 tonight, and then at 11 with the latest forecast. Try to get you a warm up in there, but can't promise it. Until then, you can find more online, 10tv.com. Have a great afternoon.